Well, only on WLWT, we've reported on countless homicides this past year, taking the lives of 65 people in Cincinnati. But for those who survived, there's a new program in our hospitals that's meeting victims' needs. WLWT News 5's Nicole Aponte got an exclusive look into the program and how it's providing comprehensive care for both victims and their families.
A call that's been heard.
911! Somebody stop!
Time and time again.
Be advised, shooters possibly inside that location, multiple victims.
Gunfire ringing out in neighborhoods across Cincinnati.
I didn't know if I was going to actually have to bury my son.
For Anita Watts,
It was like my heart dropped.
they're calls she can never forget.
When I got to the scene, I didn't know what actually to expect, to be honest. I thought that my son was going to be dead.
Her 16-year-old son shot twice in less than a year.
It was like deja vu.
We're not naming him in fear of retaliation. When he was taken to the hospital, he was enrolled in a new program.
It gives me somebody that I can talk to.
The Hope and Shield hospital-based violence intervention program is funded by the city and led by Mira Codigal at Children's and Amy Makeley at UC Medical. Their trauma centers work hand in hand to develop a holistic approach to healing that goes beyond just treating patients physically.
Addressing the spiritual, social, emotional, and mental health needs of these patients and their families.
It looks to decrease the risk of injury and reentry. According to city data, shootings are down by about 20% compared to last year.
Hospital-based violence intervention programs have a substantial decrease in the risk of re-injury and the likelihood that a survivor of gun violence is readmitted to the hospital.
Of about 450 people who were admitted with a gunshot wound, 136 have joined and can stay enrolled from 6 months to a year.
These patients are getting help that they need for maybe pre-existing mental health issues, or they're receiving help now for issues with food insecurity that were maybe unrecognized.
Whether a victim walks into Children's Hospital or right here at UC Medical Center, they're connected with a gun violence intervention specialist. It's a small group of people whose lives have also been impacted by gun violence.
I lost multiple relatives, friends to gun violence.
Giovanni Crawford is one of the 4 specialists helping victims map out a care plan.
And when you first meet them, how hopeless they are and sad and down. And then as you gradually go through the program, you start to see the smiles, the strength, the resiliency in these families.
He earns their trust as they navigate life after it could have been turned upside down.
But I'm here for you, and I'm going to be here for you throughout the whole process.
For Anita, his support has meant everything.
My son has a way to access to call him whenever he needs to talk to someone.
History repeated itself in her family. She too was shot at the age of 16.
There just wasn't no type of support. It wasn't nobody that I could talk to at the time, besides my family members and the people around me.
If a program like this existed then, she says her life may have looked entirely different.
I have no one around to give me no kind of knowledge. I didn't know what life was gonna be for me.
As for her son, he's on his road to recovery.
He's getting better as far as his mental state goes.
With support like this, there's newfound hope that the calls ahead will be ones of healing, not heartbreak. Those in charge of this program say their work is just getting started. As for what is next, they're looking for ways to expand the resources they're providing and possibly starting a peer support system for their patients. Nicole Aponte, WLWT News 5.